Hey guys, Dave Lolanek. So working in the garage and also in the business shop, and want to talk a little bit about value add and non-value add. So in Lean, we practice a lot of different concepts, and value add versus non-value add is pretty simple. You only have value when you're changing something. And if you look at any kind of process, you'll find that 80% or more ends up being non-value added. So if you're making a cup of coffee, the only time you have value is when the coffee is actually coming right out of the machine into the cup, or you're adding cream or sugar. I don't use any sugar, but when you're making the change to the product, that's value. Getting the cup, opening the Keurig machine, putting in the cartridge, wiping down the counter, all these things are non-value added. They don't change the product. We always like to think very effectively and have this concept in the forefront. So when it comes to shop floors, whether it's my garage at home or the business shop, there's a lot of non-value in maintaining the floors. Now, we got expensive floors, we want to keep them clean, we want a nice, beautiful workplace, makes everybody feel good. There's a lot of value in that, right? But the maintenance is a lot of non-value. You got to get a mop bucket out, you got to fill it with water, you're splashing it around, you leave streaks, all this stuff. It takes a long time. You have poor quality. So again, us being effective and doing things smart, we like to think of how can we do this process, which overall is probably not value added, and make a value add versus non-value add benefit. So we picked up some new floor cleaners, Tasky Swingo 350B, B for lithium ion battery. These things are animals, they work great. They scrub the floor, they dispense with a clean solution, and they vacuum up the dirty solution. So you're never recycling and reusing this. And it's got a backwards squeegee, so as you walk forward, whatever water doesn't get vacuumed up, you're squeegeeing it behind and having a nice dry floor. And you can go right up to a wall with this, and there's a front squeegee. You activate a lever and you then pull back, and you can pull back with the squeegee. So very effective tool. And you'll see in the garage floor here, I've got a bunch of little pebbles and stones and sand from where they put sand and salt on the roads. The goal here is to not pre-vacuum, is to just hit this thing with the floor cleaner, vacuum all that stuff up, wash, and do the floor at the same time. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how this is used both in the home garage and at the business shop, and you'll see how effective this tool is. And again, yeah, we spent a little bit of money, okay? Sometimes you have to buy the right equipment to get the effective result. You have to think smart, and remember one thing that humans have in common: we're all different weight, we're all different IQ, have different wealth, okay, have different specialties, different weaknesses. But one thing we all have in common is we all have 24 hours in a day, and we want to use our time effectively. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is a more light duty solution by Diversey, the same company that makes the cleaner. And they've got this cool little Lean spout. So I'm gonna put 3 pours in. So that's 1. Now you squeeze the bottle and it fills up your second measuring glass, if you will. Maybe I'll call it a jigger. And you put in number 2. And then there's number 3. So that's pretty lean. And then you fill up the rest with fresh, clean water. Down below here is the rear squeegee. Here is the front squeegee, and that is activated, if I can do this here, by this lever. So you have a lever right here, and when you pull that, that comes down. And the brush, the rotary brush is in here. Here's the rotary brush. Slides in here to the drive motor. And then this cap goes on, little tightening nut. And the machine has a little bit of a kickstand here. Okay, so you turn the machine on here. Full battery, and I've got solution on. I'm gonna go to setting number 2, and this is the vacuum. So once I do that, just pull the handle. I'm gonna adjust the handle position a little bit. Lower this. Okay. gonna pull and go. So now I'm cleaning and vacuuming up at the same time. I'll give a better view of that. And I'm going right over any debris. Okay, you probably can't hear it on the video, but I'm picking up little stones and things of that nature. Okay, so when you have heavy soiled areas, what you do is turn the vacuum off and leave the solution on and just kind of work back and forth to scrub those heavy soiled areas in preparation to then return the vacuum on and continue operation as normal. Okay, so on one tank of solution, I went through and cleaned this entire garage. So pretty soiled floor down to a perfect floor. Didn't need to vacuum ahead of time. And I actually even went around through these areas that are not soiled. Only really this area, especially this right here, is where I use the daily driver where it gets really soiled. But I went through the whole entire garage, around the cars. It's a very maneuverable machine, so it's very easy to get around things. And you'll see everything is perfectly clean. So we'll show you the shop as well. Okay, so the shop floor has been pretty neglected here. This is the assembly area. You can see quite a bit of debris on the floor. And I've moved a lot of benches and stuff out of the way to do a deep cleaning. You can see where it's pretty dirty. Yesterday we did some test work with this new cleaner. You can see how clean it got, but you can see all the crud here. Now, most people come in our shop and think it's absolutely perfect, but we know better. We've been running the CNC machines hard. They missed a little bit of coolant and we get a little bit of this mess. So we're gonna take care of that with this new machine here, and we'll show you how it operates. Okay, so just another preview of the area cleaned. We got a CNC coolant leak there we got to address, but all this stuff was moved and cleaned all around here. So, I mean, the cleaner works extremely well, straight down the aisle. In fact, there's a tome right down there. It's pretty awesome.